Hey guys, Irene here. I'm so sorry for my voice. Me and my boyfriend have been going out and playing Pokemon Go almost every night, and it was raining few days, and I feel like I caught a little cold, so my voice is not really there. It's a little bit crackling, but hopefully you guys can still understand me and hear me clearly. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to fix some of the issues when you might have shooting with an 85mm lens or maybe a wider lens as well. Something that happens a lot of the times is that you're gonna get a lens distortion. In my opinion, the closest lens to the actual like human eye is a 50mm lens, but I don't own a 50mm lens, although I really want one. Still, my favorite lens is my Canon 85mm 1.2 lens, and I shoot most of the pictures that you see on my Instagram with that lens. Something that happens sometimes, it's a little bit of a lens distortion. It kind of tends to make a person look a little bit wider, and also sometimes I have problems with a person looking a little bit shorter than they actually are in reality. But there's few easy ways to fix the picture and actually make it look even better with those few tips that I'm going to show you guys. You can do this in Lightroom and Photoshop, and I'm going to show you guys today how to do all of this with the use of Photoshop and specifically Camera Raw plugin. So I'm going to go ahead and open this picture in Photoshop, and I'm using CS6, and as you can see it pops up open in the Camera Raw plugin. If you did not shoot your picture in Camera Raw, don't panic. You can still open it in Camera Raw. All you have to do is go to File, Open As. Let's choose whatever picture we like. And then here in Open As, we're just going to choose Camera Raw and then click Open. And the picture is going to be open in Camera Raw. Very, very easy. So this picture is straight out of the camera. It's unedited. What I like about it is the bokeh. It's beautiful. The light was gorgeous. This was shot around 5 p.m. I think. But the light in the mountains is a little bit different. And yeah, this was shot in the mountain at Minnewanka Lake. I shot some behind the scenes. I might be posting it on my channel very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. Okay, so let's get just, to the editing part. So we're gonna choose this little icon here, which is called lens correction. So you can definitely go ahead and use the already made presets for camera correction. So all you would have to go is enable the lens profile correction right here if you go to profile, and you can choose whatever you like the Fuji Hasselblad. It kind of lens corrects it on its own, which is really cool if you don't really know what you're doing and you can just click away and see which one you like the best. I never use this just because I like to be able to lens correct it the way I personally want it. And I feel like this just doesn't have enough options for me. So I do not use that. I go straight to the manual and I play with these little sliders right here. So what I have noticed with an 85mm lens is it kind of tends to stretch the picture outwards, making things a little bit bigger. And then whereas the 35mm wider lenses kind of stretch things inwards. And this is why I love using 35mm for boudoir, because it makes people look skinnier. But for these kind of pictures, I just really love the 85 and how soft and beautiful and bokeh-licious it is. So all I like to do is pull it inwards just a touch, just like so. And as you can see, it just kind of pulls it on all of the sides here, and I think it lens corrects just perfectly. Another thing that I notice sometimes is if I'm not shooting from up top, and this was really hard to shoot from up top because it was just rocks everywhere, so I had to shoot a little bit lower. So what it does is that it distorts the image the way that her torso right here looks a little bit longer than her legs, and we want to make the legs look as long as we can. So here on the vertical, I'm gonna pull it this way. And what this does is that it makes the torso look smaller and the legs look longer. So as you can see, it pulled right here at the top. So I think this is it. I'm not going to do much more on the lens distortion, and right now I'm just going to show you guys how to now correct this gray that appeared here after we distorted the image. And also, let me just make it a little bit more contrasting. Let's take a little bit shadows and lower the highlights. Can make it a little bit sharper and smoother. Okay, just like so. I'm gonna go ahead and open the image. So now I'm gonna change the crop of the image a little bit more. I just like the picture to be a little bit wider, so I'm gonna go to my crop tool and just move this on the side. By the way, if you have any of the like crop preset already done, all you have to do is right click, and then you can choose whatever crop you like. The 1:1 would be square or whatever, and all you have to do is just press the reset crop, and then you can just pull it however you want without having a set crop. So I like this. Maybe I'm gonna pull it just a little bit down here, and I'm just gonna crop the image just like so. Now I'm just gonna duplicate my layer, and I have the action just because when I work with a tablet it's easier for me to click like that. But all you have to do to duplicate the layer is just right click on the background, click duplicate layer, and press OK. So we're duplicating the layer just to make sure that if we mess something up, we will be able to go to the previous image without any problem. So now make sure that you have your background copy selected, because this is the one that we're going to be working with. Select your rectangular tool, and I'm going to select this right here. I'm selecting just a tiny bit of her feet over here, because the more you have of the background selected, the easier it is going to be to pull, and you'll see what I mean just in the second. But if you have just a little bit here, we can easily fix that in the liquify tool later, and again I'm just going to show you how to do it. So after you have your selection selected, all you're going to do is right click on it, choose free transform, right click again, choose distort, and then this little square right here, just select it and pull just like so. And then you can just apply the transformation. It's okay if you have just a little bit of the gray. I'm gonna again show you how to fix that later. Then we're gonna just deselect this and then select a similar section over here. Now you can select a little bit of the hair and the dress, but do not select her arm, because it's gonna look weird if you distort and stretch the arm. So we're gonna do the same exact thing. Right click, free transform, right click, distort, and then pull to the side. Here I can pull all the way so that I don't see any of the gray, and apply the crop. And then you can go ahead and deselect. Now we're gonna go ahead to our filter and liquify. And this is, I like to use the liquify to kind of distort some of the smaller areas, because it's a lot easier. So we're going to choose a pretty big brush size, and I'm just going to pull this to the side, kind of to get rid of all of those gray lines. And I have a little bit up top here, so again I'm just going to do the same. This technique works really well when you're shooting with an 85 and if you're shooting wide open at the low aperture, because the background is already so blurry that it won't be visible. Like any of the distortion and stretches won't be visible to the eye. It's really cool. So now you have that toe that I distorted earlier. I'm just gonna make my brush a lot smaller, and I'm gonna kind of distort it back. That's it. Done. And also another thing that I like to do, let's just make her hair a little bit bigger. You guys know that it's one of the things that I just love doing. And press OK. Now, if you messed up just a little bit, you can go ahead and take your eraser tool and just erase. Alright, so this is before and this is after. Hopefully you guys can see the difference. So I hope you guys like this tutorial. Let me know if you actually want to see me editing this picture. Here's a little preview of what the edited final picture looks like. If you want to know how I did this, just let me know and I will make a tutorial for you guys. And as usual, don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe to my channel if you don't want to miss any of my next videos, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!